Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another Walking Dead video for today. And in today's video, we're going to be doing another top 10 ranking list. This one is my top 10 favorite characters of the entire Walking Dead series. Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for The Walking Dead. And in today's video, we're going to be doing another top 10 list for today, another ranking video. This one is going to be talking about all of the characters throughout the entire Walking Dead series, from beginning to end throughout all 11 seasons, and what are my top 10 favorites from the entire series. So, this video took a lot of time to kind of think about and properly put together because obviously I love The Walking Dead show so much, and obviously this is also going to be the final video we ever do for the characters because, you know, there really is no point in updating this list after this video because the main show will be done, but wanted to do one last kind of full ranking throughout the whole show. What are my favorite characters? Because obviously, you know, this list is not going to be impacted by the spin-offs or this and that. The spin-offs are the spin-offs and the show is the show. So, you know, I feel like this will probably be the last time we do this ranking for the top 10 best characters, but definitely wanted to do it. So keep in mind, this is just my opinion, my viewpoint on the show, and just the characters that I've enjoyed watching throughout the show the most. So we're going to get into some honorable mentions, so we'll get into that right now. First honorable mention is Beta. I love Beta. I love his character. I think Ryan Hurst really brought him to life in a fantastic way. Another one is the Governor. The Governor, in my opinion, is still the best individual villain in the Walking Dead show. David Morrissey really brought him to life in an incredible, incredible way. Another honorable mention is Merle. Merle was a lot of fun. Really enjoy Merle's character. Michael Rooker did a great job as Merle. Always had a lot of one-liners and a lot of funny moments. Aaron, really fantastic character. He was another one that was really close to making it on the list. I love what Ross Marquand brings to the character, and I think he does a really fantastic job. And finally, the last honorable mention is going to be Eugene. Eugene is incredible. I love Eugene's character. I did have my gripes with him during, like, the Savior arc and, you know, certain things in Season 11 with the Stephanie arc I just didn't find to be that interesting. But I love how much he's evolved as a survivor. I think he's really evolved very well, and I think he's overall a very well-written character, you know, and Josh McDermott really plays him well. Now, to get into the actual top 10, let's get into this. So, number 10, we're going to be starting things off with Rosita. Now, Rosita absolutely has to make the top 10 list for me. I just love what they've done with her, in particular in the final season, but just throughout the entire series, I really like how she's evolved, and I really enjoyed her arc, you know? I mean, even her death I thought was well done. But overall, I think she was really good, and she's one of the strongest characters in our crew, you know? Going out there like that, fighting the Herd in 1108, and some of the stuff that she's done throughout the show. I love her team-ups with Daryl. I think that's always really good. I loved basically everything they did with her and Eugene as well, too, and, you know, I think overall she was definitely a character that didn't take shit from anybody, and she was a very, very awesome survivor. So definitely someone I want to put in the list for sure. Number 9 is going to be Abraham. So, Abraham still makes it into the list because he's that freaking awesome. Michael Cudlitz does such an amazing job as Abraham. I mean, he really does. Abraham throughout the entire series, I mean, you want to talk about the guy that has the best one-liners in the whole show? I mean, this guy is it right here. Seriously, Abraham is such an amazing character. I love what they did with him, and I'm actually kind of sad that they killed him when they did. I kind of felt like he would have been cool to have during the All-Out War storyline. I mean, I understand why they didn't, because you want to have, you know, Rosita and Sasha kind of evolve, I guess, even though Sasha just died later anyway, but, still, very, very well done character. I loved his one-liners, Mother Dick, and he had better luck picking up a turd by its clean end, and so many others, you know, so definitely a great character, definitely a great character in the show, and one that I still miss, to be honest, even to this day. Coming in at number 8 is going to be Shane. So, Shane still makes the top 10, even after all this time. There's something about this guy, man. I don't know what it is. I mean, I recognize he's only been in 2 seasons. That is why he's only at number 8, because I have to be a little fair here, but I'm not even joking. What Jon Bernthal did, what he brought to this Shane character, and I mean, a lot of people debate this all the time. I consider Shane to be a villain, especially in season 2. He is the best, like, first villain you could ask for. He really is. I mean, I love his dynamic with Rick, his back and forth. I mean, moments where he tries to kill him, moments where he's doing this, he's doing that. Like, he was so unpredictable, and he stole the show every freaking time he was on screen. And for that, I definitely think he still warrants a number 8. Number 7 is going to be Maggie. So, Maggie really has gone up there for me now. I really, really love her character. And, you know, throughout the whole show, I mean, when I look at her from the beginning and I look at her at the end of the show, you really notice a difference. I mean, it's really incredible. I mean, she was so scared back in the day that she couldn't even fight off one zombie at a freaking pharmacy that was behind a shelf, and it scared the living shit out of her, right? And to see how scared she was and to see how vulnerable she was, really, and then to see her now, it's really great. I mean, she has lost her entire family. She has had to work with Negan, who is the guy that killed her husband, and she's raising a kid who is a little badass, might I add. And, I mean, she has had so many amazing moments. And, you know, her returning in Season 10 really, really made a difference, if you ask me. Because, admittedly, I really was kind of getting a little worried there. Like, when Michonne left the show, and I was like, okay, like, what are they going to do here? You know, we can't just have Carol and Daryl. And bringing back Maggie a few episodes later, it really made a difference. I mean, the impact she had on the final season is amazing. I would argue she's one of the best characters in that final season. She just has so many amazing scenes, and Lauren Cohan really brought the character to life. And, I mean, the only time I could really say I had a problem with Maggie is, like, some of the Season 9 stuff. I felt like she was doing some weird stuff there and some bad decisions, but aside from that, I have no complaints with the character. And overall, like, now that the show's done and seeing how much she's evolved and seeing what they've done with her, yeah, I feel comfortable putting her at number 7. I really do. Number 6 is going to be Father Gabriel. What a G, man. I mean, that's why we call him Father G, right? What a G. I mean, my God, if we're going in terms of evolutions, if we're just going based off of evolutions, I would put this sucker at number 1. I mean, I'm not even joking. I think he has, and I know some people may disagree with me, but he, in my opinion, has the best evolution of a Walking Dead character I've ever seen. One of the best evolutions on a TV show, period. I mean, seriously. Going from the scared priest on the top of the rock and the guy that locked out his congregation to save his own ass, and now putting his life at risk to save the innocent people and to let them in before the zombies tear them apart. It is such an incredible journey, and not even to mention everything in the middle, right? Proving himself to the group. All the badass scenes he had in seasons like 7, you know, what you're saying doesn't make you a sinner, but it does make you a tremendous shit, you know? And he's had so many freaking amazing moments. God isn't here anymore. Call Me Gabriel. He kills Maze. He has all these amazing scenes all the way out, you know? Even to the point where in Warlords, like so many minor scenes where he's like, is this because of some pre-game jitters? No, because your plan is shit and I don't want to die, you know? He's so freaking awesome. And Seth Gilliam brings him to life in such an incredible way. So, I don't know. Amazing character. Number 5 is going to be Daryl. Now, Daryl right here, oh man, I know this might trigger some people, only putting Daryl at number 5, because for a lot of people he's either number 1 or he's number 2 or something like that. But this is why Daryl's at number 5. I love Daryl's character. Don't get me wrong. That's why he's still at number 5. I do have my gripes with him in Season 8, though, and I do have my issues with him throughout. I'm not going to lie. But the reason why he is at number 5 is because of the journey that we've had with him. Also because I low-key feel like he is kind of our lead at times, you know? Because he's been here since the beginning, close to the beginning, and obviously Rick is the lead of The Walking Dead and nothing's going to change that. But if there was someone else that I would say is the point of view of The Walking Dead aside from Rick, it would definitely be Daryl. I mean, look at the final season. Look at how much he's evolved and, you know, being a father to Rick's children and stuff, definitely, yeah, I would say he's worthy of a top 5, for sure. And I love Norman Reedus. I love what he does with the character of Daryl. And I think he overall was a really good character. I mean, starting from this redneck that wanted to take over this camp and kill everybody there, and now protecting the kids of the guy that he was going to rob his camp of, like, that's pretty freaking amazing, to be honest. So, I don't know. This is definitely a very, very awesome character, and no, I don't think he's my favorite, but I definitely would put him, you know, in a top 5, for sure. Coming in at number 4 is going to be Michonne. So, in my opinion, the best female character in the Walking Dead series, at least my favorite character when it comes to the female characters in the Walking Dead show. She is so freaking amazing. I mean, she is so amazing. And honestly, I love what they did with her character from the beginning to, the end. Because, she really started off as a nobody that saved a scared girl in the woods. And now she is rescuing, her husband and trying to get her family back together. I mean, she really has evolved as well, too. But the reason why she's my favorite female on the show is because I can't think of a moment where her judgment is clouded, or her judgment is bad, or her decisions are bad. I practically agree with everything she does, right? And that really is hard to do when it comes to a character. I mean, that's hard to do in any TV show in general, and they've done that with Michonne, if you ask me. I think her character is flawless. I love the sword. Danai Gurira is a freaking queen. And honestly, I love everything about the character. Everything. I literally, I don't have any flaws with the character. They really, in my opinion, have not done anything bad with the Michonne character. And I think that's really impressive, to be honest. Number 3 now, getting into the top 3. Number 3 is going to be Negan. So, Negan absolutely makes the list. I love what Jeffrey Dean Morgan has done with the character of Negan. I just love everything about him. The villain arc, all the way to the redemption arc, all the way to the end of the show. I mean, everything with him is incredible. Every time Negan's on screen, and he's another character I can say, he's about darn near flawless, to be honest. I mean, Negan and his story and what they've done with him, I think it's been amazing. I think it's been absolutely fantastic. And Jeffrey Morgan has such a charisma about him that you can't help but put him in a top 10, and in particular a top 3, because I think his journey has been so good. And low-key, ever since Rick left the show, he's been my favorite. So, there you go as well, too. Number 2 is going to be Morgan Jones. Oh, boy! Oh, man, this one's not going to go well. I know people are going to freaking question me for this one. But keep in mind, this is my opinion. Morgan Jones at number 2. In my opinion, this is the most underrated freaking character in the Walking Dead universe. I don't understand what the frickin' hate about this guy is. I really don't. I mean, seriously, he is the guy that saved Rick Grimes. He is the man that is responsible for why Rick is here right now. He lost his family. He lost his wife. He lost his mind. Somehow he got back to himself. Eastman brought him back, made him try to live life in peace. He tried that for a bit, and then he realized, shit, I can't really do that. Carol's about to die. I gotta go back to at least killing when I have to, and that's exactly what he did. And then, he grew bonds with people. He lost Benjamin. He completely lost his mind and went clear mode for All Out War. And everything with Fear the Walking Dead, we don't talk about. We don't talk about that. I'm just talking about The Walking Dead as the main show. Wow. I mean, honestly. And I think a lot of it is to do with Lenny James and how incredible he is, but I will never understand the hate for this character. I will never freaking understand it. And it honestly is kind of crazy to me because, a lot of people say that Morgan is on a top 10 worst. I'm like, what? Like, he saved Rick's life. I mean, he's why Rick is here. He's why that we have The Walking Dead. I mean, if that doesn't, kind of explain to you how much I love his character, I don't know what will, but I think he's criminally underrated. I'll never understand the hate for this character, and I think it's honestly Fear the Walking Dead that did this to him, because with the main Walking Dead, because I agree, Fear the Walking Dead, he does have his flaws, and I think Lenny James even acknowledges that, but The Walking Dead and the main series, God, I wish he was here. I wish he was here to finish things off because he was such an amazing character, and I love the character of Morgan so much. And number 1, I mean, do I even have to say it? I mean, we all know he's not only my favorite character of The Walking Dead, he's my favorite character of all television. Rick motherfucking Grimes. I mean, yeah, abso-frickin-lutely is number 1. So, I'm not even gonna go into this too long. I mean, he's the best lead of a television show I've ever watched. I mean, Andrew Lincoln. Same thing with JDM, but I'd say 2 times even crazier. He has such a charisma in every scene he's in. He has this charisma about him. I can't explain it. And Andrew Lincoln is incredible. I love what he does with the character of Rick. And, I know when I say he's my favorite, a lot of people are surprised, but I just love his story. The man trying to find his family. The man trying, which he's still doing by the end of the show, which is actually the cool part about it. But, he's just such an incredible leader. I mean, Season 5 Rick with the murder coat, the red machete scene, the biting Joe's neck out. I mean, there's so many moments I could go through with him, but we'd be here all day. So just to simply kind of put it, yeah, there is no competition. There is no question for me. There is no debate to be had. No, Rick is easily my favorite character of The Walking Dead. So now it's time to hear from you guys. What are your favorite characters of The Walking Dead show? Do you agree with some of this list? I doubt that a lot of people will agree with this one because I do have some very controversial opinions and thoughts on certain characters, right? There's probably a lot of characters that you probably expected to see on this list and they're not on this list. Again, my opinions on Walking Dead characters, I will actually say they're very unique because I don't see many people having a similar list that I do. So, but, you know, maybe some of you guys will prove me wrong. Let's see if you guys have similar lists. So, anyway, if you're new to the channel, make sure to click that subscribe button so you don't miss any other videos for The Walking Dead. Make sure to follow me on Dan's The Walking Dead Reviews to get more Walking Dead videos like this, and I'll see you guys really soon for more Walking Dead videos. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
I've heard stories. Walkers that can climb walls and open doors. I was never sure if they were just stories.